Hi, good morning, Facebook. Um, I Let me first declare that today is an awesome day. It is a day for new possibilities, new hopes. Um, it is a day that you get to embrace nature, and you get another chance to go after what you want. So this morning, I went through my usual. I'll tell you how I started my morning. I got up around, I think it was around 5:30 when I looked at the clock, and I got up. I I spent time with God, so I did my prayers, and I tuned in to God, and we had conversation. When I was finished, I I went and I placed some clothes in the washing machine. All of this is around 5:30. Huh? I placed my some clothes in the washing machine to start to wash. I opened the whole house and I invited the morning mist and the nice fresh morning air to come through. I then went back to my room and I sat. I didn't lay in bed, but I sat. And I went and I was doing my morning affirmations. I did my meditating, and for some of you who might not understand what I'm saying, like the meditating and stuff like that, meditating is just when you're focusing your energy and your thoughts on what you want, on one particular thing, that you are kind of like trying to attract, if I may say that. So that is how I started my morning. Oh, I forgot. Then when I was finished all that, I recorded my affirmations, and I spoke it out in the atmosphere about what I want to attract, how I want my day to be. I then went into the living room, and I started to do some exercise, something that I have not done in a very, very long time. So I started to do some exercises, because exercises is also part of opening up your day's energy to what you want. Okay? Now, for some of you who might be a little new to my Facebook page, and then there's some of you who have been following me for years and years, I always thank you for your support. I thank you for always, liking my videos, sharing my videos. I thank you. Um, I want to share this with you, because as I grow, I want to see you guys grow too. Part of you coming into your full abundance is as you grow and you become aware and in tune with what you want, you dispel it out there to others. And that is what we call inspire and empower others. A lot of people are still tied to a lot of negativity in their lives, because first of all, a lot of people do not do self introspection. Okay? Now, I am not a psychiatrist. Let me make that disclaimer. I'm not a psychic. I am not a social worker. I am neither. But I am someone who is committed to becoming a better version of myself every day. I work continuously on becoming the person that I am supposed to be. Why I do it simply is because through life's experiences, the ups and the downs, I lost who I was. I didn't know who I was. I was someone else. I knew that that person was in here, but I didn't have that strength. I didn't believe in myself enough to pull her out. So COVID-19 pandemic somewhat assisted me in the journey, because I get to woosah. I get to slow down my day. I am not back and forth from work. I am not out there, going shopping, doing all these different things. I am now in the house, and it has caused me to go into a focus. No, a focus and studying stress is two different things. When you focus or when you meditate on the good. When you sit down and you're in the house and you're like, and you're like letting something consume your mind, it is that some people, there's a thin line between worrying and focusing on yourself. Now, when you focus on yourself, there are some steps that you have to do as a person. And as you guys know, I think you know me by now, and you know that I write everything. I write down everything, and this is nothing that anybody tells me. This is just things as they come to my thought. I write it down because that's how we forget things. And I like to write down because it's fresh. It's coming fresh from my mind. And something I want to address here today on Facebook. I see a lot of people scrolling through Facebook. I see a lot of people, and I have conversations with some persons, and I hear one thing resonating in their minds. A lot of people focus on people's profiles on Facebook, and some of it is not for anything positive. Some of it is so you can find fault. Some of it is so that you can take the spotlight off of you and put it on someone else, but you're doing it in a negative way because you are basically like trying to avoid what you are seeing in the mirror about yourself. So what you do is you zoom in on everybody's profile. And when I say you, I don't mean you guys, okay? I'm speaking in general. So what some of us do is we zoom in on people's profiles, and we even go as far as to read everybody's comments and see who has responded and how they have responded, because we want to find fault. That is a dangerous thing. And why it's a dangerous thing is because it means that you are not taking the time to work on yourself. The time that you're taking to do these things, it should be time that you should be taking to work on yourself. Now, for me, yes, I go on people's profiles, and I go on people's profiles. I might like a quote, I might like something that they post, and I like it and I leave. I don't inspect it, I don't dissect it, I don't try to invent things in my mind because that's what I want to see. I just genuinely go on something. If I like it, I like it, and I move on. My presence on Facebook must be of purpose. Some people are on Facebook to be nuisances. Some people are using Facebook to attract relationships. Some people are on Facebook and they're using the platform to dispel their anger about life. And some people are on Facebook because they want to try to impress, or they want you to think that all is well with them. Some people have fictionalized a lot of things about themselves, and they are using Facebook to kind of portray that, yeah, this is what it is. For me, I want to use Facebook, and I am using Facebook to empower, to inspire, and to bring out the best in somebody who needs it. First, let me say this again, to somebody who needs it, because some of us might not think that we need it, okay? Now, Let me just read some of the notes that I have here, and I have it just in random as it came to my thoughts. Stop focusing on what someone else is doing and focus on you. You focus negatively on people because you don't want to deal with who you see in the mirror. Now, a lot of us might look at a person's profile and say, oh, but you know that a lot of people are jealous of you, but it's not because you have more than them. They have more than you, but they're jealous at the way people respond to you, the way people react towards you, the way people love you. So I want to say this to that person out there. I'm not knocking you, because we should want to help each other. And one of the things, let me say this before I even continue. You want to know how I started to work on myself? I found myself, I have a very good friend, and we were friends from way back from school. So we would have known each other from the age 11. And when we went into secondary school, we became very good friends over the years. And when we finished school, we continued to be even better friends. Up to this day, we reach out to each other and we strengthen and motivate each other. What I do and what she does is, because we want better for ourselves and because we want to attract an abundance and we want to only possess positive energy, we do introspection amongst ourselves. So I would say to her, her name is Natalie Marie, and I would say to her, Nat, tell me what you see in me. I want you to tell me, based on knowing me and how I operate. Tell me what you think about me. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes we do not realize the kind of persons we are. Usually the person that is looking at us and focusing on us would see, but sometimes we don't realize who we are. So I find a good friend, someone I trust, someone that is brutally honest with me, and I am brutally honest with her. We are so honest with each other that sometimes we can even we get to that breaking point where I say, look, now I'm not talking to you anymore, or you know what, look, I'm done. But then we come right back because we realize, and we come right back, and then what we do? We apologize to each other. And I might say things like I remember one time, because she is a very loving, caring, and nurturing woman, and she wants the best for me. So usually she's always somebody who's always late, and you have to get yourself a friend like this, huh? So she would call me and she would say, Lisa, they have this course. I want you to do it. I think that you are so good at this, and I think you're so good at that. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Get yourself friends like that. Get yourself friends like that. And I would say, for true. And then I would say, okay, give me the information. And then I would procrastinate, because that's one of the things that I am working on, is that I usually procrastinate. So I would procrastinate, and she would call me later and she would say, I just checking in. You get to do the thing. And I would get offended sometimes. So I would be like, nah, I tell you I can do it when I'm ready. Right? So then she would say, but Lisa, I want you. I know you, Lisa, if I don't push you, if I don't do this, you're not going to go ahead and do it. You're going to find all kinds of ways to do it at your time and when you want to. Guys, I used to think that was negative coming from her. But it's not, it wasn't, it was negative. Me, the person that was receiving it, I had to do some work inside, because it was showing up things in me. But I am honest enough to realize that it was showing up things in me. The point I am trying to make here is, I can tell you stuff. You can come to me and you can say stuff, right? And I can tell that something is wrong with you. I can tell it not because I'm a psychic, but sometimes our behavioral traits say who we are. Sometimes the things that we spew from our mouth our thinking patterns say who we are. And a lot of people search on Facebook looking for noise, and they're looking to be seen and heard, and it's really not in a positive way. They're not consistent with what they are projecting through their Facebook page. And that's okay, because you know what? Everybody come into their own selves in their own time. We can't force people to be who they don't want to be. But what I want to share with you, my queens and kings out there, is on a daily, like, try self introspection. If you are tired of moving from relationship to relationship, if you're tired of being unsuccessful in your jobs, if you're tired of being broke and like not having any purpose, if you're tired of people constantly misjudging you, misunderstanding you, if you are tired of, you know, of people who are of life with that has burdened you with all these bills and commitments, and family that don't support you, if you're tired of just feeling like the rejected one, the person who is always, you know, blamed and judged, if you are tired of that, what I can suggest to you is to block out the noise that you're hearing. That's the first step. Start to block out, tune out the noise that you're hearing. And when I say the noise, I mean tune out this body telling you that you're stupid. Tune out this body trying to correct you all the time and telling you this and telling you that. Tune out the noise of the debt collector calling you. Tune out the noise of your own thoughts saying, why me? Why this is gonna happen to me? Why I can't get through? Why I feel so depressed? Tune out all of those noises, right? It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna take it's you're gonna get there. And when you tune out that noise, right, you are going to bring the center attraction to you, who you are, what is in front of you. So when you do that, this is when you self introspect yourself. So you ask yourself questions. So you're not hearing anybody coming and telling you nothing and belittling you. You're not hearing those noises. You're only going to hear your voice. So you're going to ask yourself, but why am I the black sheep of the family? Or why can't I keep a relationship? Or why do my children disrespect me? You know, ask yourself whatever you're going through. Because remember, I can't tell you anything about you. You know your life, okay? Ask yourself those questions. That's self-introspection. When you ask yourself those questions, answer back yourself. It is how you answer back yourself that is going to cause you to go on the path of a total 360. So take, for instance, you know, I like to give myself as an example, because guess what? In order to have that abundance in your life and that prosperity energy coming at you, everything that you want in life, you got to be brutally honest. You got to be brutally honest, and you got to see your flaws, and you can't live in denial. I had ways in me that I needed to deal with. Let me tell you all something, right? I was always fortunate to go into jobs where I either had to supervise or manage. And so that's why I tell people what I do comes natural. Me motivating people comes natural, because that is what I have been doing for the past 16 years of my life, right? And because we all manage in different ways. So you might say, like, I might hold a title of an assistant manager or whatever, or a supervisor, whatever. But you manage your day-to-day life, because if you have a home, you got to get up and you got to jot down, all right, I got to pay the light bill, I got to pay the water bill. So you are technically a manager within your own right. Anyway, so because my profession led me to those jobs, because my profession led me to those jobs, what happened is that I would find myself like wanting people, I would find myself not doing a good job, or like falling short in some areas of my job. And why that was happening was because I had a fear of rejection. I had a fear that I wanted people to like me and I wanted people to accept me. And obviously, because it was a childhood trauma that I did not deal with, I took it into my career. So what I would do is when people do things that I know they shouldn't be doing, I would turn a blind eye, or not so much a blind eye, but like when I had an opportunity to discipline you, I would more talk to you, and I would do certain things that kind of like would soften the blow. I never wanted to fire anybody, or to like, give my higher management any reason to like fire you, because I always had that empathizing heart that always believed that, people can do better if I can just pull it out. So I want to fast forward because the recording is getting to a certain point. So I wanted people to like me. And what I did not realize is that that was detrimental to my career. So what happened then is, after I stepped back and I realized I had to step back and I had to self-introspect, and I had to ask myself, why is this happening to me? Why, even though I was not writing up these people, I was not even reporting when they do ignorance, why is it that these people still were not accepting me and liking me? Is because I fell short in my duties, right? But I knew why, but I had to understand why I was falling short in my duties, because I wanted people to like me. Okay? So the journey that I have been on, and I'm going to continue on, is I'm working on myself, that I don't have to, I love me. So whether you like me or not, it's not going to affect me. And I want to encourage somebody out there to let that be a starting journey for you. Stop looking and seeing how people are liking people, and letting it affect your day, letting it affect how you see yourself. You are beautiful. You are unique. We are all different. We carry a different DNA. We carry different fingerprints, and it's for a reason. You have to realize that you are unique. How people will respond to me on Facebook, they might not respond to you, but guess what? They might respond to you different in real life. You understand? You might have more friends than me. So do not look at stuff that you are seeing with the natural eye on Facebook and create envy and hatred towards people because you're not getting that kind of attention. What you need to do is just take your time and work on yourself, and you will realize that you have so much to offer. You will realize that people admire you, but you try so hard. You're trying so hard. And you have not stepped back and realized that, guess what? I have a circle of people that love me, but you're concentrated so much on the other person that theirs seem more obvious that you're not realizing yours. I'm going to do this really quick. Jealousy, envy, and hatred are self-inflicted wounds. We self-inflict ourselves with these things because we concentrate on people's business too much. We concentrate negatively on people. But you don't have to choose to succumb to jealousy and envy and hatred. You don't have to. You don't have to. You have to tune out the noise and start to work on yourself, and you're going to see that you have so much good inside of you and so much going for you. Like, you don't have to compete with anybody. You don't need to compete with anybody. So when you work on yourself, you take your power back. This is the good about working on yourself. When you work on yourself, you're taking your power back. That way you can evolve. You can evolve and you can grow. As you grow, you begin to discover infinite possibilities. Okay? So the things that you were focusing on before, stop focusing on them. Some of us focus on obtaining relationship goals. We focus on wanting people to like us. We focus on fitting in. But True satisfaction comes as you work on yourself. Okay? So this is what I want you guys to do quickly. I want you to get a notebook. Tune out what people are saying about you and write down all the good things about yourself. Okay? And I want you and write down all the good things about yourself that you think are good things about yourself, but I want you to be honest enough to also write down some of the traits that you think that you need to work on. Okay? Because you have to first come to that place of total responsibility for who you are. Okay? You are not going to succeed in life if you do not take responsibility for your past mistakes, your current mistakes, or just anything that is going on in your life at present. You need to take responsibility. Stop blaming everybody. Stop blaming the ex-boyfriend. Stop blaming that body and see that you too contributed, to some of the things that you accepted and you were constantly getting. Okay? We teach people how to treat us, and we can simply say no to a lot of things, but we don't say no to a lot of things, okay? And it's because we want love and acceptance. So if we work on loving and accepting ourselves, we would realize that we can easily say no to a lot of things because we would not care what another person think about us, and we would start to evolve as a person. Guys, I want us to, what we do also is that we zoom in too much. We zoom in too much on people's lives, totally ignoring the mess that some of us are carrying in our own lives. So stop focusing on people. I cannot tell you what I see in you until you start to see what you see in yourself. Okay, I'm going to end here because my recording sessions I don't want them to be too lengthy, but I want to leave that with you today. Like, stop focusing on people and focus on yourself. Start to work on yourself. Start to work on your goals. Get a notebook. Write down your goals. Write down your aspirations. Also, on another section, write down your the good traits about yourself, but be brutally honest with yourself to also write down the traits that you might need to work on. And let's take it from there. Tomorrow's video, I would dive in a little bit on how you can, different methods and ways that you can continue to work on yourself. I want to tell you guys to have an awesome day. My day has started, and I want to thank you guys for, taking the time to listen to the videos and to letting it kind of like, be of use to you. My thing is, hurt people can hurt people, but I was a hurt person. So the reason why I choose to help is because I wish that someone would have helped me, and I want to help you, that you would that you would stop hurting yourself in all the things that you choose and do throughout your life. Okay? I so love you guys. I so appreciate you. Have an awesome and a blessed day. Attract prosperity into your life by telling yourself you're going to become the best person, the best version of yourself. Go and look for new ideas in how you're going to make a better life for yourself. Don't study about gossiping today. Don't study about anything negative. Look about how you can improve yourself. Go see if you could do an online course. Go and see if you could, find a way that you can make some extra money, etc., etc. Have an awesome day, guys. Mwah. Love you again. Bye-bye.